Sitting out here, man, finishing up this little glass of wine. Man, I've learned that a lot of people where we get lost at is we be so focused on what other people think. And I mean, we're consumed with it, right? We care about what our family thinks. We care about what our friends think. We care about what everybody think, but we never ever really sit down and think about what we think about ourselves. And I say that because, at one point, y'all, we got to start understanding we special. Yeah, you got to start understanding you special. You can't sit around and allow people to continuously trick you out of your position. A lot of people, male or female, it doesn't matter. We get tricked out of our positions because we say, oh, they want me to do this. I'm going to do this. They want me to do this. I'm going to do this. Nah, when they want you to yang, you're supposed to yang. When they want you to zig, you're supposed to zag. Yeah, if you know people want you to be a negative person, don't do it. Yeah, if you know people want you to cut up, don't cut up, because you have to understand what people don't realize is there are a lot of people being affected whenever they take the positions they take, whenever they make the moves that they make. I always think, me having children, I always think like, man, before I make any move or before I do anything, how does it affect my children? You know what I'm saying? And every move, whether it's one that's aggressive, nice, lovely, kind, mean, whatever, every move I make, I always want to make sure that I express to my children what my perspective was when I made that move. See, what I've learned about a lot of parents is they don't like to express to their children, what the reason they made a move, because a lot of parents can't really honestly discuss why they did what they did. No, they don't really want to discuss. They did what they did because it was a selfish tactic. Yeah, a lot of parents carry selfish tactics and they don't realize that it affects the child, right? When we out here and we just doing what we want to do, it affects our children. And we don't look at it that way, but we should, you know? When your child do wrong, it's like, man, like we got a local councilwoman and, I ain't, her son, I guess, been in a lot of trouble and things of that nature. I'm just now learning, right? I didn't even know. But she been getting him out of trouble. We can see with all his charges, she been getting him out of trouble his whole life. So if she constantly getting him out of trouble, what's that mean? You know what I mean? 1 second, y'all. 1 second. Hold tight. Wait. Hold up. Who's in the... My bad, y'all. I got to hold y'all up. Yeah, y'all can wait. Y'all ain't got nothing to do. Yeah, I ain't got nothing to do either. Hold tight. Yeah. So, yeah. I don't even know what I was talking about. I just wanted to go live because I feel like spitting some G. Man, listen, I've been blessed enough, y'all. See, people be focused on, like I say, when people out here wanting to become, they focused on how many people following somebody, what they looking at, whatever. Man, I've been blessed. I've been running around, man. I got to do a show the other day with Michael Washington, and then with Martina Davis Prudhomme. And man, being able to work with them two people, y'all don't realize, man, that's strong. That's strong, man. They so smart, man. And they don't mind giving me the game. That's the thing most people don't understand. Like, when you dealing with people, you got to realize the ones that give you the game for free and just want to work with you, them the ones you want to work with, the ones that are eager. I don't never really pay attention. I've never really paid attention to the attention that comes with being who I am. Because to me, like, all of that shit is artificial. What people think about you is artificial. It's about what people know about you, because what people know about you is always going to supersede what they think about you. Now, what they think about you for the short term going, get people what they need, but what they know about you is going to be long term. Because, see, when the world comes down and everybody needs somebody to depend on, right? If you've always been a dependable person, you're still going to be the person that people are going to depend on. Even when they don't want to depend on you, they're going to depend on you. They have no choice, so we got to start understanding a part of that is you have to create the type of, what do I want to call? We all at this point need to now put the proper enforcements around us, right? And my thing is you don't want to have people around you who don't always have your best interests. Your best interest as the leader of whatever crew you running with, right? If you're a leader of your crew, your best interest should always be looked at, right? Because what are you doing as a leader? And they don't understand it, but you're looking at their best interest, right? You're always looking at long term. A lot of people want short-term satisfaction. And we have to realize that short-term satisfaction won't get us anywhere. No, short-term satisfaction gets us nothing. Everything that is beautiful and lovely and awesome is worth waiting for. Absolutely. When you want gold, you got to dig up in the ground to dig it up. You want some silver, you got to dig. It's going to take some working hours, some sweat, you know what I mean, to get to that level. You know, and a lot of us don't understand that, you know, because we live on the surface. And a lot of people live on the surface level because it's easier. It's easier to live at surface because no one's actually requiring you to change anything about yourself. On surface level, you can make excuses. On surface level, you can get away with bullshit. On surface level, you can live that way. But when you're a real, genuine human, you know, you have to dig deeper because, you know, the people who are actually out here really caring about what's going on, those people aren't level people. Now, there are people who run businesses, run establishments, and who have money and stuff like that, but that doesn't mean that they care. That doesn't mean they care. I seen this lady the other day, and she's a terrible woman. She's a terrible woman. I've heard all of the nasty things or whatever. This lady, she's a terrible woman. I'm gonna save her name for when I get to a certain platform. I'm saving her name for when I get to a certain platform. So we ain't gonna say her name yet. And man, just a non-caring person, doesn't care about no people. I remember one time I was working for this dealership, right, y'all? And at this dealership, it was the first year I was there, like 2016, 2015, somewhere in that area. 2016, I think it was. But it was Halloween. And we had what they call a trunk or treat. And when you have a trunk or treat, you know, doesn't matter who comes in, right? No one's coming in to buy a vehicle. Everyone's coming in to do what? To get candy for their children, hell, for themselves, whatever. Everybody wants some candy. Who don't want no candy, right? Well, this woman, I remember her going to her husband, and she was so upset at the quality of people that came to the dealership to get free candy. She didn't understand we weren't in big Dallas or, you know, big Minnesota, that type of stuff. We're in little old Lawton. And our people might show up with pajamas on. Yeah, they might show up with pajamas on and they got 5 kids and they got snotty noses. Yeah, all their kids got snotty noses. Yeah, whatever. She didn't even want to touch the people, y'all. You notice they never had a trunk or treat since? You know, and I won't say my hometown know who the dealership is, but I'm starting to understand, you know, and that same person, I bring that up because that same person recently over the past couple of days, they came out and they tried to put out this big article and get this, they tried to give themselves an award. Let's be clear. They gave themselves an award because people around here give themselves an award. That's what y'all don't understand about losers. Losers will always give themselves an award. They'll give them friends awards, all of that. And that's what I mean, right? Their friends will always give them awards. If you don't hang out with people personally and they give you an award, that's what makes you special. What makes you special is when you're not around the people that are giving you the award. You can't hang out with the people that give you the award. That makes no sense to me. It's never made any sense to me. I've never been an award guy. Honestly, I've got two Salesman of the Year trophies and I don't know where they at. I've got Manager of the Month trophies. I don't know where they are. I've never kept them. I've never cared for them. You have to understand, like, for me, growing up in the house I grew up in, accolades were like, you know what I mean? Like, well, it depended on who you were, of course, right? But I never ever got praised for being good at anything. You know what I'm saying? So I never really cared to be good. I'm good at every fucking thing at this point. But I never really cared to be the best because I realized, like, every time I would win, it was never a positive when I won. I didn't like the hate when I was younger. I didn't like the hate that came with winning. I didn't like the hate with beating somebody else because I learned that everyone was so envious, you know, whenever you'd win. So I would damn near take second place just for fun. I bullshit you not. I bullshit you not. I've taken second place in my life honestly, for the first 28, 29 years of my life, I took second place on purpose. And people be like, oh, you crazy. No, I'm not. I took second place on purpose because what I learned is that, you know, a lot of people, we have to realize, you know, don't understand, how do I want to say it? They don't understand that you're supposed to lose, right? And when you lose, from losing, you're able to educate yourself, you're able to grow yourself, you're able to teach, you know, you're able to, your story is important, you know? So losing is important because people need to know where you went wrong. Like, I don't know. I don't know why people don't like being wrong. Like me, it ain't that I love being wrong, but I don't mind admitting if I'm wrong about something and apologizing. And I just think that most people don't understand, like, a simple apology can get you a long way. Now, me, I'm past the stage of apology, right? I've forgiven people who don't even apologize to me. I've just moved on. At this point for me, it's just more like I just want to create prosperity, right? In my community, the people around me, my children, of course, my family, you know what I'm saying? I want to create for those who couldn't create for themselves, right? I want to speak for those who couldn't speak for themselves. Being blessed enough to be able to think about it. I told everyone, one of my guys that lives down the street from me now, he's my neighbor. I met him when I first got in the car business. And he'll tell you, I told him, man, I'm gonna retire at 30. I'll be an owner or I'll retire from dealerships at 30. I retired at like 28. It's been 2 years, 2 years from dealerships. So now I'm on to my next journey, right? And that journey is to get in the community and to show that regular people can exist, right? You don't have to be what they want you to be. You know, when I say they, it's not a particular person. Yeah, I've just learned like everyone always wants you to become what they want you to become. People don't want you to just be. For me, I like people to just be. I don't have a preference of person. I don't have a preference of all of that. I just have a, hey, be yourself. You know, that's why I do these lives and stuff like this, right? I could have did my hair, make myself look beautiful, whatever, but nah, man, I want people to understand the raw me, right? I'm willing to do whatever it takes. I'll put on a suit. I'll put on shit boots to go shovel shit. I want to say it that way, the way I'm saying it, because that's how my constituents would say it, right? I you know, I don't know, man. Hell, we're gonna go play volleyball. If I got to be a lifeguard today, it just doesn't matter to me. I don't think that when you want to build a community and you're wanting to grow, you should be choosing what you want to do. One guy told me years ago, he said everyone should get an oar, right? If we're all in this boat, we all get an oar and we row ourselves to where we need to be. I didn't pay attention that he was on some slave mentality shit, but that's a different story. Man, these flies are out here. I want to do this out here in my garage because I'm just, I'm learning that, American politics have become so suit and tie, and I'm a suit and tie guy, right? But it's not about that because the people that don't wear the suit and ties are the ones that really build America, right? It's the ones that do the jobs that no one wants to do, right? The people at the top say they would never do the jobs that they're paying people to do, and it's not fair. You see? So for me, it's just like I want to look like the people that I'm working with. I want to deal with the people, and I want to put my hands on the people, just not for self growth and things of that nature. I'm more about how can we all create, how can we all bring our differences together, bring our different ethnicities together into one spectrum, and all of us respect each other's ethnicities, right? I like different. I'm not a big person that wants to see the same thing over and over, If I go to where an individual would be Chinese, right? I want to conduct myself in the way that they would conduct themselves in their culture. I'm black. You come to my culture, excuse me, I'm African American. I'm not black. I'm African American. You come to an African American, guess what? I'm learning my culture of being an African, but more importantly, an African American, we come from the slave culture, right? But we've created a certain culture, jazz, you know what I mean? We got a lot of things stole from us, rock and roll, things of that nature. I'm learning those things now. So now I want to embrace those things, right? I didn't know that black men were cowboys, things of that nature when I was younger. Now, I want to put me a hat on. I want to give me some boots, give me a couple horses. Absolutely. I'm working on my land, things of that nature, because I'm learning that the things that were stereotyped as bad aren't really bad, right? We were told a lot of things that we would enjoy as people is bad. We're always told everything we want to do is bad, being cultural is bad. If I'm with my Hispanic friends, I genuinely am going to learn Spanish. I'm going to learn Mandarin. I plan to learn another 4 to 5 languages before I leave this earth, right? Before I leave this earth and go to the next place, wherever we going, right? I want to learn multiple languages because I want to be able to communicate with different ethnicities on their spectrum, how they talk, how they think, how they move, because that's how we should do. We should be growing our brains constantly. Who is that? Okay, yeah, y'all know we gotta look outside the corners. They be slowing down, driving fast. See, that's so unnecessary. That's my exact point right there. But it's just a change that I see in the world, and I feel that the change is here. I don't feel it's a tough thing. I don't believe that it's hard to change. I feel that most people just are stuck in their ways because it's where they feel the strongest. They don't realize they have another angle of strength, or they don't understand how much growth is in just being different or doing something different. So value of self is the most important thing in this world. It's not worried about who's watching or anything. When no one's watching, you should still be doing the same thing. You should be the best you at all times. You don't want to be anything different than yourself. And if anyone wants you to be anything different than yourself, then it's just not a friend. Yeah, I don't find it a friend or call it a friend if someone, it doesn't want to let you be yourself. Self growth is more important than anything. People always ask me, when you run, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when you run? Listen, talk to the people, figure out what they need, figure out what the community needs, not what I need, not what I believe the vision should be. Let's be clear. When I run, it's not about my vision, it's about the community's vision. It's about, now, do me. Absolutely. I'm a businessman. So I'm a businessman. So, yeah. Do I want to do some business? Yeah, absolutely. Or learn some business? Absolutely. Whatever in this world, right? But it's not about that, right? Because money does not mean a thing. I just love learning for me, right? Whether it's politics, business, family, anything, right? Being a politician has helped me become a better father because of what I've learned. Everything plays off of everything. That's my point. Everything plays off of everything. And for me, the type of car salesman I was reflected the type of father I was because it reflected how I wanted someone to treat my son or daughter. So I believe that everything you do should somewhat, we should be able to see another version of you in it. If you're just night and day different in what you do, it's another question. You know, I don't know. And that's why I like to utilize, teaching my community journaling, right? Even if you don't journal, for instance, in a book, do this right here, right? Because what you don't realize is your story is going to help somebody. And my goal is, I was speaking to Michael Washington this morning. He told me, they enjoyed the speaking and things of that nature last night. By the grace of God, y'all don't realize, man, I love what I'm doing right now. And it's beautiful because he's like, man, they want you back, so on and so forth. And I hate to say it, they don't realize I want to come back. I love being around people that listen to me and allow me to listen to them and are willing to share information in which that I don't have. I've met so many people with a plethora of information. I mean, they're so abundant in the information. I'll say it's a benefit for me to be around them more than it is for them being around me, and they don't know it. So I just say that, if we really want to grow and we really want to be special, if we really want to make change, it's just all about becoming normal. It's not about standing your back straight. It's about being the perfect person. Now, do we have a standard? Absolutely. There's a standard. When you're dealing in quorum, you're dealing with people, you're dealing with business, you're dealing with people's money, you're dealing with people's livelihood. Yeah, there's a quorum that comes with it. There's an understanding that comes with it. But more importantly, I want to show my people I'm normal and I'm not whoever they are. I'm not bougie. I'm not uppity. Yeah, I have standards. Yeah, I have requirements. I have reasons of being around me, but I just want everyone in our community to understand and around the world. We've got to get to a point to where I don't judge you, you don't judge me. But when we're in this setting, you're making the best decision for the people and you can prove it. And that's the goal. So I'm staying motivated. Y'all stay motivated. And if there's anything we need to do out here, y'all please let